Hey, good morning, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice from Cards and Dice TV, and welcome to another presentation of our APBA 1967 Seaver replay. I like to replay the same season with different sets just to get a feel for how, the results come about, and that's always interesting to me as a tabletop scientist, if you will. We're right about, well, the game has started already. It's a good game. We just had a squeeze play and the Mets scored a run in the bottom of the third. Mets are up 1-0 against the Cincinnati Reds here at Flushing, Queens. Gonna get the crowd, a nice crowd, and they're into it today. And it's gonna be Ed Charles leading off. And APBA is very straightforward. One roll, one result. There's pretty much abstracted. Everything is kind of rolled into that one roll. And that's a 14 off Charles. That's a fly ball. Lifts one to left field and Rose towards the line a few steps and makes the catch. One down. Tommy Davis, he's 0 for 1. He flied out. And that's line base hit. Center field, played on a hop by Vada Pinson, and the Mets have a base runner. And let's check and see what Tommy Davis is batting in this replay. And the replay is batting 16 for 40, which is 400. He is our best hitter. All right, so it's Ronnie Swoboda. I'm using iScore to keep my stats. That's a 63, and that's lifted to left center field. P. Rose, and he makes the catch. 2 down. On the mound for the Reds is a kid named Billy McCool. He's a little wild. He's got a C, and he's got an X and a W. W means he's wild, and an X means he's got some velocity. He'll strike out a few guys. And here's Bushek. Bushek is 1 for 1 today. Ooh, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders. And with 2 outs, they're going to wave Tommy Davis home, and he's going to score easily. With 2 outs, he was running on contact. So it's 2-0 Mets. Oh, let me go back. Made a mistake there. Double. Some run scores. Tommy Davis is not fast, but let me see. He's not fast in this game. So let me just double check that he scores on this from first base. With 2 outs, he should score, yeah, unless he's an S. He does score with 2 outs unless he's an S. I'm using a little bit, my boards are different. They have a little few adjustments here or there. On a single 8, runners advance 1 base, not 2. Also, the slow runner don't get thrown out at third base all the time. So those are kind of two positive adjustments for me. I didn't like that aspect of the game, where every slow runner all the time gets thrown out at third. A lot of guys, a bunch of guys complain about that. This is a 35 here with a runner at second base. The pitch from McCool, and it looks like it's a pop-up. But let's see. It's going to be a strikeout. All right. And that retires the side. The Mets pick up a run. They lead it 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Pete Rose against Tom Terrific. And that's a fly to right in the gap. On the run is Swoboda. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Tony Perez. And that's a swing and a miss at a Seaver fastball. He strikes out. 2 down. One thing about the APBA cards, they use a lot of blue on the back end. Hey, there are JL's in the house with his favorite game. They use a lot of blue on the back. That's kind of expensive. No, you're not doing this. My cat's trying to get to her place up there, but I don't have a space right now. There's a lot of cards everywhere, and everything will go flying. She's done that to me before. So here's Darren Johnson with 2 outs. The Mets are up 2-0 in the top of the fourth inning from Shea Stadium. That's a 61. That's a swing and a miss at a Seaver fastball. Seaver picks up a couple of strikeouts in that inning. He's looking good. He's pitched 4 scoreless, allowing only 1 hit. Jerry Grody is going to lead off here against Billy McCool. It's Grody, Seaver, and Bud Harrelson. It's a 25, and that is going to be a ground ball to third. Here, let me see if I can help you. Trying to help the cat get to where she wants to go. Got to move a couple of things. Yeah, she made it. All right. She's happy. I'm happy. And that is going to be a 9 against the C pitchers. A ground to the third, just the way I said. Up with it is Darren Johnson. And over to first, and they get Grody. Tom Seaver, he's 1 for 1. No, he's 0 for 1. He struck out. Here's the pitch from McCool. That's a 25. And that's a 23, which is going to be a random play randomizer roll. 66 is a 41. And the 41, with the bases empty, is a ball that's hit back to the pitcher. And Billy McCool fires to first, and over the head of Tony Perez, and that's gonna go into right field. And Floyd Robinson is gonna run it down, and Seaver's into second base with a 2-base error on the pitcher. So that puts another Met in scoring position, which is a nice thing to hear. Buddy Harrelson now. I just had my first successful squeeze play with the bases loaded. Harrelson with 1 out. Harrelson was up, and I decided I was going to squeeze. I've never done that before. I may have done that back in the 70s. I don't remember. Probably to test it out, but I'm not even sure I did that. And Buddy Harrelson rolled the 33, which was a 7. That was a good squeeze. So he's at bat right now. He's batting righty against a lefty, McCool. And I know RJL always talks about the cool baseball names. How about Billy McCool? You can't get any cooler than that. And it's a 14. That's lifted to left. Pete Rose settles under it. 2 down. And here's Rocky Johnson. Robert Johnson, 1967, was a utility infielder. Played second, first, shortstop, and third base. He batted .348 for the Mets. So you don't see it on these cards because APBA doesn't have any stats. But if you play Fall Classic, you'll have his average. All right, so here's the pitch to Rocky Johnson, Bob Johnson. That's a 36 and a 33 with a runner on second base. And that is a strikeout to retire the side. So a swing and a miss at a pitch that was outside the strike zone by Bob Johnson. And we're gonna actually sleeve up Bob Johnson, so we don't touch him with our grimy, filthy hands. somebody who gets these cards someday will be like, that guy took care of his cards. All right. Tommy Helms is leading it off against Seaver here in the 5th inning. So Seaver's pitching a heck of a ball game. Hopefully it stays that way. That's ball 4. Just as we said something, Seaver walks a guy. Yeah, Billy McCool. Johnny Edwards. Edwards, he's got a bunch of 13s on his card, so I'm not going to try hit and run. There's nobody out. It's a 2-run lead by the Mets, so I'm not going to even try for a bunt here. And that is a 46. A 29 is the result with a runner on first. That is going to be a swing and a miss at a high fastball. Downswing goes Edwards. And there's one out now. Leo Cardenas. Again, Leo Cardenas is another guy with a bunch of 13, so we're going to avoid a hit and run because that'll be a strike him out, throw him out result. And a 23 is a 26, which is grounded to the second baseman, Bushek. He flips to Harrelson. Helms goes in hard to break up the throw to first. And it's Billy McCool. That's from the right side. The throw's from the left side. Leo Cardenas takes his lead off first base with 2 outs. He's going to be running on contact. And at 6-3, that's a swing and a miss. And that retires the side. McCool strikes out. And Seaver with 5 scoreless innings. He's only given up 1 run so far. Looking good. George Thomas Seaver. Ed Charles originally was supposed to sign with the Atlanta Braves, but it seems that they violated some sort of protocols or procedures in place for drafting players, and they put Seaver's name. They put some teams in a hat, and then to see who would get Seaver, and the Mets happened to pull it was the Mets who got pulled from the hat, and the Mets got him. Ed Charles, 35. It's a 42. That's an automatic hit by pitch. So Ed Charles trots down to first, and he's not rubbing it. Mets have a base runner, lead it off. And here's Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis from Brooklyn, New York. This is the second reprint of his cards in 1990. And he's got 113, 213, 313s. Yeah, we're not going to hit and run with him. It's a 41. This is going to be ripped to short. Cardenas flips to Helms, throw to first, 6-4-3 double play. Just like that. Pitcher's best friend takes effect. Two outs. Ron Swoboda. And it's a fly to left field. Pete Rose and Stinson come together. Pinson, excuse me. And it's Rose. We go to the top of the 6th. Pete Rose. Oh, no, it's Floyd Robinson who's up. Floyd Robinson is, I guess he's I'm not sure if he's a rookie. I don't know. I've never seen him with the Reds before. But this is 67. Eventually they're going to get Geronimo out there. And they're going to get Concepcion as short. Let me put Johnny Edwards at catcher. For some reason, he's not in position. May have 2 catchers somewhere. Edwards catcher. That's weird. Huh. All right. Floyd Robinson is leading it off. Pitch from Seaver, 13. That's a base on balls. Again, 2 innings in a row, Seaver walks the leadoff guy. You know that's never good. Here's Pinson, and we're checking Pinson's card. He's got 3 strikeouts. Oh, that's a 66. That's going to be extra bases, most likely extra bases. And that's going to be that's going to be in the gap. Roll to the wall, bounces off the wall. They're going to wave Robinson home, and Pinson is in third. It's going to go for third, and he's in at third with a triple. Just like that, things. So now the Mets are. It's 2-1 with the tying run at third base, and up comes Pete Rose. Now I've gotten through the first 5 or 6 or 7 innings even with Seaver generally, and then it's usually in the late innings that he starts giving up 3, 4, 5 runs. His ERA is a little bit high at about 3.40. Should be about 2.80. And it's happening here. We're not going to put Rose on because that would be putting on the go-ahead run, but we are going to bring the infield in. And that's a 61, a 40, which is a 40 is going to be a rare play roll. Something funky can happen here. And a 34 is a 38. 38 with a runner on third is going to be a fly ball deep left field. Davis is back. Tagging is Pinson. Here's the throw, not nearly in time, and the game is tied. Tied at 2, just like that. That was quick. Here's Tony Perez. He's got good power. 24, that's a strikeout. Goes down looking on a Seaver curveball. And here's Darren Johnson with 2 outs now. 2-2. That's a ground ball to short. Buddy Harrelson scoops it. Lets it fly to first. And that retires the side, but the Reds pick up a couple. The Reds were 87 and 75 in 67. So they're a good team. I mean, the Mets are like 40 games below 500. So you have a great team facing a poor team here. And the Mets are kind of keeping up with them at 2-2. Jerry Bushek is leading off against Billy McCool. And it's a line drive, base hit, left center field, cut off by Rose. Gets it in. So Bob Bushek is on with a single. And we're going to get Cleon Jones, who's I think about 260 hitter. He's going to bunt here. He's going to square. Oh, my goodness. That would have been extra bases. And it's a 6, so this is going to be a good bunt. But we lose extra bases, unfortunately. That's the price you pay. Let's just see where the bunt sweep will run on first. And what did we say it was a 6? That's going to be a sacrifice to the third baseman. 5-4. Moving to second is Bushek. And here's Jerry Grody. Pitch from McCool. That's a potential error. Let's see if we get lucky here. So an 8, we're going to have to roll on the randomizer. The randomizer is built right into the charts. These are different charts. They're based on the same. They look similar to the original charts, the old boards from the 70s, but these were updated by a league, and they added a randomizer chart right to the board. They retyped all this, and pages are a little bit smaller. So that's a 65, and that's going to be a 21 with a runner on second. 21 with a runner on second with a first baseman that's not really very good. So this is a grounder to first baseman Perez, who's not really very good in this game. Hasn't been rated very well. And that's going to be a ball that's past them. And they're going to stop Bushek at third. So it's a single played quickly by Floyd Robinson. And with only 1 out, they're holding Bushek at third base. Here is Tom Terrific. Now, this is a situation where in the bottom of the 6th, we're thinking, okay, do we pinch hit with Terrific? No, too early. You don't do it back then. We're going to let Tom Terrific, and we're going to have to bring the infield in here. Actually, you know what? They're going to bring the infield in on the corners and leave them halfway up the middle to try to get that double play. See what happens. Here's a pitch from McCool. And that's a 65. That's a 35. We may get lucky here with a walk, but I'm not sure. First and third. Let's see. 35 is going to be catcher. 35 is going to be the catcher. Who's an 8? That's popped up. Foul territory. And Johnny Edwards flips the mask away. Makes the catch. So Seaver pops up, fails to serve his own cause. Two outs now. And here's Buddy Howson. Buddy Howson batted about 254, I believe. So for a shortstop back then, he's holding his own. No home runs. He had a home run. He's got one home run at the second column of 66, which is really hard to hit. You'd have to roll 2 66s in a row. So he must have hit one home run in like 600 bats. This is all basically fundamental math. I mean, they never got too adventurous with this game. They just kept it very basic since 1954 or 55 in the 50s. So here's a pitch from McCool. And that's a 31, a 9. We may get lucky. We may get lucky with runners on first and third and 2 outs. A 9 is normally an out on a C pitcher, but with first and third, I think that changes up. And it does change up. That's going to be a single. One runner scores, and the other to second. F to third. Grody's not an F, so that's an RBI single for Buddy Howson, his second RBI of the day, believe it or not. And a big clutch Buddy Howson base hit. Little ground ball that squirted through the infield. And the Mets are up 3-2. Here's Bob Johnson. And we're going to look here at we have our roster sheet right up here and tells us who plays the most. Basically, that's all it tells us. In a close game like this, we're going to bring in who's batting? A righty. We're going to bring in a guy named Bob Lee. This 1990 set had 25 players rather than 20. I guess they figured out, hey, we're not going to, guys need more players than 25 than 20 to play. Whoever came up with that idea of 20 players was, I don't know. All right, here's Bob Lee. He's a D, but facing a righty, he's going to be a C. And let's see, let's get it. He's a C. Let's write him in. All right, we're going to add a sub here to the iScore. Bob. I got a lot of gaming ahead of me today. All I need is a refrigerator in here. I need to get a small refrigerator in here. I'm going to tell him to get me that for Christmas. I'm already getting a new grill. Now I need a small refrigerator in here so I can just go under my desk and grab something to drink. Bob Johnson is up with first and second. And it's a C pitcher, so Bob Lee gets bumped up because he's facing a guy throwing from his or batting from his same side. But Johnson hits well, and that's a 62. That's a 36, which is a random, an unusual event, they call it. So we're going to roll on that chart, unusual event chart. And that turns into 34, turns into a 38 with runners first and second. 38. And that is, and out at first. Runners advance, but there's 2 outs, so it's going to be grounded at first. First baseman Perez flips to the pitcher, who gets knocked over by Johnson, and he's slow in getting up. And Perez didn't like that, felt that Johnson came in overly aggressive at first base, and Bob Lee is down. Bob Lee is down, and out comes Dave Bristol. So that's the end of the inning, 3-1. But it looks like Bob Lee is going to have to come out of the game. We'll see what happens. Here is Tommy Helms against Tom Seaver. And it's a 25. Helms is a ground ball hit hard at Harrelson. Harrelson over to first, one down. Here's Johnny Edwards, the lefty catcher. And a 22, and that is up the middle. And Harrelson, will he get there? Yes, he does. Spinorama, throw to first in time. Two nice plays by Buddy. There we get a pinch hitter. Who did they use? They used a lot of bench. They used a guy named Pavlovich. Bench, I think, was like a rookie or injured. I'm not sure. He didn't play very much. Pavlovich. Oh, Shamsky. We're going to bring in the future Met. The future 69 Met. Art Shamsky to pinch hit. He's a lefty. So with 2 outs and nobody on, see if Seaver can get rid of him. 22. Wait a second. We got Leo Cardenas is up with 2 outs. Okay. So Leo Cardenas is up with 2 outs, and here's a pitch. And that's a 35, which is a 39, which is a random result. And a 31. Is a 37. We look at the 37, and that says roll on the error chart. That's Snake Eyes, which is a 15. Our left fielder is Tommy Davis, a 1. So that is going to be a fly ball that drops in front of Davis, and he bobbles it. Cardenas is going to hustle into second base. Here's the throw from Davis, not in time. It's going to be a single and an error on the left fielder, and the tying run is on at second. We got a pinch hitter. It's going to be Art Shamsky. Bats from the left side against Seaver. And then we get a new pitcher. And Charles, righty, 3 righties. So we're going to bring in another righty. Not Abernathy, but the guy, the other guy, Notebart. Notebart's an A. He's a good pitcher. All right. So here's a pitch to Shamsky. See if Seaver get out of this mini jam with a runner in scoring position, and he will. That's a fly ball in the gap. Ron Swoboda got it in his sights and hauls it in. Route number 3. So Tom Terrific gets out of that mini crisis, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. We got a new pitcher. It's going to be Notebart. Notebart's an A, and that's the kind of pitcher you want in APBA. I mean, you can get an AC or an AB, but an A will do it. Don Notebart, he is from Newton, Massachusetts. I don't know if there's anybody out there from Massachusetts. I know Dave W., the guy from Digital to Dice. He's got a Boston or Massachusetts accent. And it's an A, so Y and Z. All right, so here we go. Actually, it's we're gonna have to get something to drink, guys. So this is I'm gonna pull a RJL 518. Hold on. Hold on. my homage to RJL. I don't know if he's still here. It's going to take a little bit because I'm on crutches right now, so just heads up. All right. I'm walking on crutches right now. Okay, we are back. 7th inning stretch. Got some water. Ted Charles leading it off against Don Notebart. It's a 44, and that's line base hit. Ed Charles picks up his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 2 now. 7s with the bases empty or hits against anybody. And here, oh no, you know what? That was actually, what's going on here? Hold on, he batted already. Ah, there it is. Okay. Ed Charles is on 20. Oh, wait a second. What did we roll? 44? 44 is an out. It's going to be it's an 8. It's a ground ball. Nice play by Helms. Looked like it was going to get by him. But no, reaches it, sets his feet, fires the first in time. All right. So Tommy Davis with 1 out, nobody on. That's a 55, and that is line base hit. That's a 7 off Davis. Like I said, he's a 300 hitter for the Mets in 67. Remember that name. Biggest things in 67 for the Mets were Tom Seaver, the rookie, wins 16 games, which is a lot. Pretty impressive for a game. Think about it. The team won 60 games, and Seaver basically won 1/4 of all their games. A little bit more than 1/4 of all their games. That is, so it was Seaver and Tommy Davis in 67. So that's going to be he strokes one, a frozen rope to left center field off the bat of Tommy Davis. So 1 on, 1 out, and here is Ron Swoboda. Pitch from Notebart, and that's a ground ball to Helms. Flips to Cardenas, the throw to first, not in time. Ron Swoboda hustles down the line and beats the relay. Now, if you're playing Fall Classic, you'd know the arm strength of it. Would sometimes it's a second baseman, sometimes it's just shortstop. If he's an S, you're going to probably get a double play. Usually an S will get a double play. Everybody else won't. So you just have to know if one of those two guys are an S. Out at second. and that's 2 outs with a runner at first base. So Swoboda's on at first, and it's Jerry Bushek. Bushek is 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a double. Here's a pitch from Nopart, and that is an 8 with a runner on first. If it would have been a 9, it would have been a base hit. So pop-up, middle of the infield. Cardenas calls off Helms and puts it away. All right, here we go, top of the 8th. Top of the 8th is going to be the top of the order. Here's the pitch from Seaver. And that's a 56. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Seaver strikes out Robinson. Not showing much patience there. And here's Vita. It should be Veda. I wrote Vita, like Vita Blue. Let me fix that. I don't think his mother would be happy. Veda. All right. Got it right. Here's a pitch from Seaver. And that's a 15. That's base hit. Right center field. Jones cuts it off. And Veda Pinson takes a turn and goes back to first. He's always a threat to steal, so Seaver's going to have to keep an eye on him. We're going to get some action in the bullpen. Here comes Pete Rose. Pete Rose is a switch hitter batting from the left side against Seaver. And Seaver throws over, calling card toss to first base just to let Veda Pinson know, hey, I got you. I know you're here. I know you're there. And Seaver checks Grody for the sign. He sets and deals, and there goes Pinson. It's a strike. The throw down from Grody, not in time. So the tying run is at second base now. Pinson steals second. It's 3-2 Mets here in the top of the 8th. Let's check our scoreboard. 3-2 Mets. This is from the other game. In the 8th inning. But the question is, but for how long, right? For how long? Because Pete Rose is up. I can't remember what Pete Rose batted. Let's see what Pete Rose batted. Let's look at our fall classic cards. He batted .301, 32 doubles, 12 home runs, 76 RBIs. We're going to let Seaver pitch. And that is a line drive and base hit. Let's see how far it goes. Game should be tied. And that's going to roll to the wall. And Rose headfirst slide into second base with a double, RBI double. And just like that again, the Reds have come from behind and tied it up. Here's Tony Perez. We're going to walk Perez intentionally. See if we can get the double play ball. It's going to bring up Johnson. Good power. Here's the pitch to Johnson, and that is a fly ball deep center field. On the run is Jones, and will he get there? Yes, he does. And that may allow Rose, if he's fast, to advance. So got to check that. Hold on. Rose is fast. He's on second. And Jones is a 1, so that I'm sure will let him advance. 31 is, wait a second, my friends. Hold on. It's not a fly out in these rules. Darren Johnson with a drive to center field, first and second. My center fielder's a 1. That's why late in the games you got to bring in. This game has been created to with more defense in mind. I mean, you got to bring in guys. So this is going to be a single to center. One scores and the other to second. So they've taken the lead. RBI single. And like I said, the Seaver pitches great until the late innings, and then he kind of starts getting hit a little bit. So Tommy Helms now. And now it's a 4-3 ball game. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly to center again. And this is going to be another hit. Going to be drop in there again and another RBI. 5-3, and that's going to be it for Tom Terrific. His defense is lacking, let me tell you that much. So we're going to bring in lefties coming up, so we're going to bring in the lefty. Don Shaw is going to come in for the Mets against Edwards. Let's pop him in there. So Shaw's day is pretty complete, although he's got two base runners on there. First and second. That's a 63. And this is another line drive to center field for a base hit. Score another run. Seaver's giving up 5 runs now. And here's Leo Cardenas. And that is an 8, but that's going to be first and second. It's going to be popped up. Left side, third baseman Ed Charles. He's there for out number 2. Finally, we got an out after I don't know how many hits in a row. Holy smokes. Not our champs gets the pitcher spot. Score is 6-3. So Seaver's giving up all 6 runs. And we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Chico Reeves. So things can go south just like that in APBA. So Chico Reeves at the plate. I believe he's a switch hitter. Let's get his card, and then we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Abernathy. All right, and here's a pitch with 2 outs. Goes on first and second. That's a 12. It's 25. 25 with first and second. Is a ground ball to short. Harrelson flips to Buchek, and that retires the side. All right, here comes Abernathy, who's really a standout A and C pitcher. Can't get any better than that. Well, you can be an A and B pitcher, which would be better than that. With an X, so he's got good strikeout potential. And here comes the GOAT, Cleon Jones, let 2 hits drop in front of him out there, and he flies out to left field. Pete Rose. 6-3 Reds. They've come back. Mets have led for most of the game. 24 to Grody. That's a strikeout. 2 outs, and here is the pitcher. We got a pinch hitter. Who are the Mets using? Let's see. Gonna bring in Johnson. Jimmy Johnson Jr. You can call me James, or you can call me Jimmy. Let's see, where is Johnson? He's a backup catcher for the Mets. APBA is not known for giving a lot of cards out, and if you buy the cards from the company, it's like $40 for the extra player, something crazy like that. You get a lot of cards. Extra players today are like 500 guys. It's like a whole nother season set. All right, so we're going to be Sullivan. He's a lefty facing Abernathy, the righty. 6-3 Reds. Seaver's out. 2 out pitch. That is a ground ball to second. Helms throws him out, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be the leadoff batter, Robinson. We need a new pitcher for the Mets. And it's going to be Renniff, Harold Renniff. Renniff is a CY. And here's a pitch to Robinson. That's extra bases, most likely. And that is one hop off the wall. Robinson with a leadoff double. Vada Pinson. That's a base hit. This will most likely score a run. It's going to be 7-3. And it's a double for Vada Pinson. Back-to-back doubles. Here's P. Rose. 7-3. 35. And that is I think it's a ground ball. A 9. It's a C pitcher. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Moving to third is Pinson. Harrelson over to first. One down here. And it's Tony Perez. Mets play the infield in. 42, and that's a strikeout. So Renniff gets Perez swinging. 2 down. And Darren Johnson. 33. That's a deep drive. Left field. Back goes Davis to the track to the wall. That's out of here. 9-3 Reds. You just knew it. You just knew it with a runner on third. A 6. A straight up 6. Not a second column 6. A straight up 6 is a home run. Oh, second column double. Wait a second. Okay, first column is a home run, second column double. It tells you that's right. This was off the first column, so it is a home run. Here comes Tommy Helms. The score is 9-3. The Reds have broken it open here in the top of the 9th inning. And it's a fly ball in the gap, and Davis runs it down to retire the side. Let's have the top of the order. Here's Harrelson. Pitcher is Abernathy. We're not changing it right now. And that is that's going to be a ground ball to second. One down. Johnson, 56. That's a strikeout. And here's Ed Charles. Ed Charles 0 for 2. And it's a strike 3 to end the inning. Oh, no, that's a run on second. That is a pop-up. No, these are an exit strikeout. It is a strikeout. Ball game over. Reds win it 9-3. Let me give you the line score. Oh, boy. Reds 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. The Mets 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base. The winning pitcher will be, let's see, when did I pull McCool? Let me look at the Mets scorebook, see when the pitcher came in. The new pitcher came in at the bottom of and it was, the Mets were up. So it's going to be Lee, because the Reds, let's see if the Reds come back in the next inning. Let's check out the Reds scorebook. The Reds in the bottom of the 7th. No, they don't come back till the 8th. The bottom of the 8th, but so who pitched the 8th for the Reds? It was, where is he? It was this in-between kid. Not Abernathy, Notebart. Okay, so Notebart is going to get the win. And the loss goes to Tom Terrific. And let me, that's it for that game. Now let's look at Seaver. Let's see if we have his updated stats now. Let's go to Team Manager. Let's look for the Mets. Let's look at Seaver's stats as of, but this is, I believe, his 12th start. So that's still, he still has a long ways to go. He still has 2/3 of the season to go. And the Reds are a good team, so even if his ERA is a little high now, it'll come down for sure when he starts pitching shutouts to these other poorer teams. Tom Seaver has an ERA of 3.86 with a 3-7 record. Mets are just awful. How he won 16 games is just beyond me. So I got to check and see who they play next, but it's not the Reds, I don't think. I got to check, though. Sometimes he does play the same team again. You just got to switch them. They go from being the away team to being the home team. So before I put them away, I'm going to check that out. This is a conclusion of our APBA game. The Reds come back and give the Mets a beating. They pile it on. And that's about it. I'm going to play a couple more APBA games. And I will see you guys. There's my book. One of my books went flying. Take care, guys. CP Cards and Dice. Adios. Signing out.